This is the Tom Bigby Tales, and I'm your host, Shannon Evans. I write about a small town in northeast Mississippi, and sometimes I write about the rest of the state or anything I find interesting. And today I have with me my one of my favorite friends from Mexico, Mario. So, Mario, introduce yourself.
Hello, Shannon. I'm Mario from Mexico, from Manzanillo, Mexico. But right now I live in La Manzanilla.
So you fish off La Manzanilla and out of Barra Navidad, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. So, first of all, Mario, I want to talk a little bit about who you are and then about your boat and then about the guys you fish with and the tournaments. Tournament fishing is huge here in the United States. As a matter of fact, there's one in my hometown right now but it's of course inland fishing. They're bass fishing. And I know those boats are not cheap, and the upkeep of them is not cheap. Let's go backwards a little bit. I met Mario through a good friend of mine, Tia. My family goes to this small fishing village in Mexico on the west coast, south of Puerto Vallarta, about an hour and a half south of Puerto Vallarta?
I know it's 4 hours.
Oh, I
It's
don't drive
it's
it,
just
so I don't.
traffic. Yeah, traffic and the roads.
Yeah, so it's okay, 4.5 hours. I don't drive it, so I really don't know about the distances, except that I know that nothing's a straight road in Mexico. So the little village where we go and where I met Mario is, I don't know, less than 5,000 people year round. And it's in a
Yeah, it's
very,
easy. Yeah,
yeah, and it's in a
5,000.
Yeah, and it's in a beautiful bay called Tinacatita Bay, and it's where the whales go to have their babies. And it's a great little, sleepy little village and easy coastal town for families. But that's not where your boat is, it?
No, my boat is just like 20 to 30 minutes south. In Barrena is where we fish
Huh?
from and where the boat is, and the team is based from Barra Navidad.
So where did you grow up, Mario?
I grew up in Manzanillo, Colima. I was born there, and then my family moved to Colima City for better education for me. My dad worked his entire life in the Manzanillo mining industry, and then I went to Guadalajara to do some college, and then I came back to Manzanillo to live a little bit, and then my family opened a new store where I work in Melaque, which is in the middle of La Manzanilla and Manzanillo, and that's how I end here.
So where did you go to university?
I went to the University of Colima Public School, and then I did other college degree in the Tech private school
Uh huh.
in
That's the one in
Guadalajara.
Marin? Is that
It's in Guadalajara.
okay? And so what is your degree? Study.
It's marine resource management.
Really? So that's a heavy science and business background.
Yes, and I did finance too. Finance in the private school. So yeah, it's very different. It's tough, but my passion is on the sea.
Kalima's not on the sea, so how did you become so enamored with the seaside and sea life?
I was born in Manzanillo, so it's I don't know like hour from Colima. So every weekend my family used to go for just the weekend to Manzanillo.
So for my audience, let's describe Manzanillo is a big port city. It is on the Pacific Ocean. It is south of this village, La Manzanilla, that we've been talking about. Manzanillo is it's a large city, right?
Yes, it is. It is. It's the biggest port in the Pacific Ocean of Mexico.
Really, that's saying something. Okay,
Commercial.
so now we've cleared that up. So you grew up always on the water in some capacity.
Yes, like I said, back in the day, there were no good schools in Manzanillo, so my parents decided to go to Colima for better education.
Wow, that's some fantastic parents. Okay, you got this education in marine resource management. What does that mean? What can one do with that degree?
There is a lot of stuff you can do, fish farming or shrimp farming, but mostly it's about the port. You can get like in the In Manzanillo, it's very common that everyone works with the port. But the thing I love about this degree, it's how to keep the fishery healthy in the area.
Like the sea life, it's not, is it just fish focused or is it all sea life?
It's all sea life, but you focusing one fishery, just whatever sea life is.
How have you used that degree? I know you've worked in the business world inland, shall we say, but how have you been able to use that degree? I'm sure any degree, like I always tell people, you get a degree. If you're a nurse and you go into business, you still understand how management of people and resources go, even if you're not doing nursing care. So I know that there is crossover between understanding how to manage marine resources as opposed to business resources. But what exactly have you used from this that is something you're really proud of that you've done?
We are very proud of keeping the fishery healthy here in Barra Navidad, mostly on sailfish or billfish, which back in the day, in the 90s, it was just kill, kill, kill for the picture. And now it's catch and release mostly. So the fishery keeps healthy and people that comes fishing can catch a sailfish. That's why they pay each other for when they come for vacation or tournaments to catch something. That's the culture we are trying to do around this area.
So you're changing the culture from catch and take it home and stuff it to catch and release.
Yes, mostly billfish, which
It,
is sailfish, marlin, blue marlin, striped marlin.
I know a lot of people don't necessarily know what that means to say a billfish,
Yes.
but they know what a sailfish looks like because everybody's grandpa had one, it seems like, in their living room on a wall somewhere,
Correct.
which means that many fish were,
Yes.
yeah, exactly. That leads me to the Tex-Mex. The Tex-Mex is boat. How big is it? How long is it?
It's 31 center console boat, 31 feet center console, but the Tex-Mex is not just about boat, it's about the corporation. It's not just about the boat, it's about everything that's around that.
So it's a culture that you're creating.
Let's put it that way, but it's more.
It's a business culture or it is a brand. Tell me a little bit, explain that again, please.
We are trying to make it a brand. We fish a lot on the Tex-Mex, that the boat, but we want to do more, just not about fishing, more about educated people, not just on fishing wise, like financial or life skills, expand the brand for more education and technology, maybe like marine technology. That's another very important subject that no one in Mexico, mostly no one, know about marine technology. And I think it's very important to use the technology right now in this world, not just for a phone. You have a smartphone and just do memes or texting. You need to use it smartly to benefit from it.
I've looked at some of the technology you have on the boat and
Yes.
and I know that you're using technology to not only track where you are on the water, but to track, like, to connect with other apps and groups that are tracing the migration of certain fish and certain sea life. What do you have on the boat and how do you use it and how does it connect to other pieces that are out there?
Yeah, so we have a radar that it's very good for chasing birds, and the birds will attract the tuna. We have a big advantage having that radar. And then we have a fish finder that if you don't know how to read it, you will never know how to fish, like where to fish. So you need to really study those electronics. Also with the radar, it's not just turn it on and it's going to tell you where to fish. You need to study, you need to read more about them and do your research so you can catch fish. And then, for example, the sailfish, you can catch sailfish, then you tag it, you release it, and those tags goes to a foundation with the location and the position that you caught it. the fish, and then if someone else catch it, they can turn in and report it that they catch it. Let's say that I catch or release a sailfish in La Manzanilla, and then someone in Cabo catch my fish with the tag, so they can say the fish immigrates to the north or to the south. So it's cool that the tag and the catch and release. So that's what leads technology too. Like you can put those tags in your computer, and then you know if someone else catch it or not.
So is it RFID?
It has a serial number,
Oh.
and then if the fish has the tag, you just grab the tag and says call me or whatever, and then you turn it to the system or to the computer, so you can see where you got.
You upload the number you found.
Yes. In the future, hopefully, we get with Bill Fish Foundation, and they can send some tags like GPS trackers to see where the fish moves. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
And then that's where it comes: marine resource management, education. They live, where they feed, how they grow, why they are there, why the currents are, why they fish like those currents, what's the bait they're eating. That becomes all the education from school.
Wow. I didn't realize there was that much behind it. So you said something that interested me. You said you have radar to follow the birds. Why do you follow the birds? Explain that, because I don't know that all my listeners will understand the need to know where the birds are and what that has to do with fishing.
So on the sea, it's other world, the sea. So when you find birds, it's mostly they're eating bait. The bait that the tuna, the marlin, the dorado, the sailfish eats. Once you find birds in the ocean, it's like gold for fishermen. There is something chasing that bait in the middle of the ocean. That's why we fuck with birds.
Is there a particular type of bird?
Species of bird.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there are different types of birds. Mostly they are I don't know the name in English. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Just say it in Spanish.
Yeah, that's what we call in Spanish. And those mostly have any kind of billfish, sailfish marlin, striped marlin, because they are just on the top doing circles on the sky, and they are looking what's under them. And 90% of the time you see a tijereta, and you're going to have a strike of a fish there. And then this tuna, you want to find the seagulls mostly. Also, there is tijeretas there, and that's mostly where the tunas are, because the tunas are very messy when they eat. They eat any kind of bait, like squid, any fish, and they leave the small stuff of fish on the top of the water and all that, and that's where the birds comes and eat. And of course, the dolphins arrive, and one of the most amazing footage in the sea, or the cycle of life.
How did you get started with this? Because with fishing and competitive fishing, and how did you migrate from being a college kid studying marine resource management to doing what you're doing now?
Since I was a kid, I was, I don't know, like 12 years old. And then my dad liked fishing. He still likes it. It's just he's old to go full day like me. Like, I love being 16 hours, 18 hours on the water. He can do 3-5 hours. But back in the day, I remember my dad was to a fishing tournament. Of course, my reward to go with him, because it was mostly the tournaments are 3 days, and they are Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. But Thursday and Friday, it was school day. So my reward for me, it was having good grades and go with my dad to tournaments. I was studying hard to do that and go with my dad to fish tournaments. So our first sailfish tournament, we won 8th place. And for me, it was just like winning the Super Bowl, like winning the something. It's like, this is for me. This is what I want to do. I don't like the sore competition, the bad competition, sore losers.
Yeah.
Or, yes, you won because this, you won because that. It just be humble. And if you win, you recognize. If someone else wins, recognize the other person, their championship. If you win, accept the congrats and do it like a sport.
Yeah, be a good sport.
Yes.
So, how long have you been doing competitive fishing now without your father?
It's been 2 years now. It's been 2 years on the Tex-Mex boat, and it's been great.
How many people are on your crew?
The captain,
Huh?
that it's Picho. He started the project with me when the boat was like in zero, so it's cool. He's still around. And then I have 3 or 4 deckhands that rotates. Some of those deckhands have left us for better, like going to a biggest boat or to go to other boats that are better paid.
Yeah, moving up, gaining
Yes, moving
experience and
up.
moving up. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So
So
you've
it's
helped train, you guys have helped, you and your captain have helped train deckhands so that they can continue to move in their own fishing career. Is that a,
That's correct. That's what I like to do, what we like to do, to not just be good fishermen, to educate them to be better persons in life, to school, learn English, keep your financials good, be respectful, be humble, all these kind of aspects that it's just not about fishing, to be a good person in life.
anybody who does that for the world has my kudos. How many tournaments has the Tex-Mex been in now? Do you know, roughly?
I will say in 2 years it's been like 15 tournaments around that. 1 5, 18 tournaments. I don't know. I lost the count.
And of
Uh,
those, have how many have you placed and how many have you won? Like outright the first, you took first.
the first year was very tough because we were getting used to the boat and
Huh.
all the technology and all this and the fishing tackle. I remember the really first tournament. It was in Manzanillo, Colima. We had the fish hooked up to win the tournament, and we lost it. And it was,
No.
yeah, it was very sad. It was just like, oh my gosh, why it's happening this? And then we went to Barra Navidad tournament. It's a big deal. It's over 100 boats. We didn't place, and it was just like the first year was very hard because it was no rewards to the boat, to the project, and I was just like, we need to keep doing it. And then in middle of July, it was the first tournament we won, and of course it was all happiness, and it was just the start of something good.
Which tournament was that?
It was Father's Day tournament.
Out of where?
Barra Navidad.
Oh, okay. Out
Barra
of,
Navidad.
okay.
Yeah. And then we start winning. We start winning, and right now we have five tournaments that we place on the top three, like 2 championships, then a third place, then a second place, and first place again. So it's been good. I call we place top three or top five because it's prize money. So we have 5 of 8. We have been on prize money spot position.
Yeah.
It's been good.
That's fantastic. And all
Yes,
within 2 years. That's unheard of. Most people don't
I
win
know.
for 5, 6 years. It's a
I know. I didn't expect this to happen this quick.
wow. So, what do you attribute that to? Is that to the training of your crew, the philosophy of your ship? What do you attribute it to?
It's like any kind of sport. I think you put the passion and the love into what you are doing, things are going to happen. In fishing, it's very hard because you cannot choose the weight of the fish. If it hooks up, let's say you hook 4 marlins in a day, but there is going to be a boat that catch 1 marlin the whole tournament, but that's the biggest and he's the first place. So I always say to the boys, I always say, if we are hooked up with something, let's always think that it's a championship fish. So make your best effort on whatever fish is hooked up. And we don't care about the weight till the end. So it's just about also the vibe. I hate when people say, "Oh, fishing is all about luck." Yeah, I think the luck comes from to the weight of the fish, but you really need to find those fish. It just does not happen magic like any magic trick or something like you are going to be hooked up with a fish. You need to really work hard on the sea to find those fish, and then when you find those fish, how to hook it up, how to keep it online how to pull it and how to be smart and keeping on ice so he doesn't lose weight. So it's all about, yes, a strategy, but it's also you need those 5%, 10% of luck that is going to be the biggest fish of the tournament.
Now that's cool. Because I didn't realize there was so much behind that.
Yeah.
I get it. All it takes is one big fish to beat you. You can't bank on what's going to bite, but you have to use your smarts to fish the right
Yes.
places to have the best opportunity.
Yeah.
So
Let me tell you about very quick. Let me tell you a recap of a tournament that we won.
uh-huh.
This one was in Manzanillo. It was the jackpot. It was rough seas, very bad weather. There were over 50 boats on the tournament, and it was just not good fishing all the week. So it was normally the tournaments are 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. You have all those 10 hours to fish, but you need to arrive with the fish before 5. That is the cutoff. If you arrive at 5:30, 5:10, 5:01, you lose. You cannot place anything, even you have the biggest fish. So it was around 3 p.m. and we were already started to head to Barra to, you said, it's so rough, it's just, we're going to quit. And suddenly a marlin hit, and we need to put that fish in 5 minutes on the boat. Normally a marlin is 45 1
Yeah,
hour.
yeah. That's
So
hard work.
now that's how technology works. We put the GPS and said, you are in this distance, you are going to make 1 hour 30, put all your engines full speed, going to 35 knots on rough seas, and you have this much time to get the fish on board. So, of course, it was a good mess on the deck, everyone yelling and all that. You do this, reel, this rod, and all that, and do forward, do reverse, and all that. We put that fish in 5 minutes.
Wow,
The boys were
that's
amazed.
saying something because that's some hard work to pull a marlin in. It's not like bass fishing out in the pond. That's hard work. How deep was it?
How deep?
Yeah, how deep was the fish when it got on the line? How far down in the water was it? Did it strike on the surface? Was it deep when it hit the?
Like more pelagics, they fight very hard. They fight very hard. They're mostly fighters on the surface, but they took all your line. Yeah, they go deep too, but they mostly take all your line, and then you need to really do a lot of strength and reel fast. So we got this fish, and we had an hour 30 on rough seas, 30 miles to go, and it was just amazing. We won this tournament by 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
We arrived at 4:59 with 50 seconds.
Oh man, that was cutting it close.
Yes.
Yikes.
And it was thanks to the technology. That's why I'm so proud of the technology we have.
And a good deck. And
Yeah,
you had a good deck crew.
Yes, correct. And of course the engines, everything worked perfect, like how supposed to.
Wow.
So, yeah, everyone was synced on the operation on what to do.
But
All
that
the-
speaks
all
to
the-
your training. That it's not just the technology; it's also the training of the people who use the technology and who respond to the directions of.
of what to do.
Yeah, and work as a team. That's a huge kudo to y'all's ability to work as a team and really
Correct.
gel.
Yes, correct. And then, like you said, all the training, all the education go on the task on this tournament to see what's all about, what all this training was. Like it's real time. It's not just talking about it. It's you need to do it, perform.
What's your dream? What is your dream for all of this with the Tex-Mex and the culture you're creating and the education and all that? What is your dream for this that you're creating?
So we're very proud of what we're doing. We're a very different fishing team than other teams in the world. Like I said before, it's not about just fishing. My dream is to have, of course, a competitive team every fishing tournament, but also get these fisheries healthy and support more the commercial fishery around here to upgrade to maybe to be sport fishers, like less killing, more sport fishing, and that will be a huge change in the fishing industry around here.
That would also change the culture, the fishing culture.
Correct. And Mexico, it's changing big time. There is more people educated with good education and people that really wants to make changes. Back in the day, it was just top fishermen that they didn't want to open their brain and just no, this is how we do it and this is how it's going to be forever. But now people are changing their minds and they're seeing some major changes around here and around all Mexico too. So that's one of my dreams. Like it's to change the fishing industry, commercial fishing industry here to sport fishing industry, so everyone can benefit of that.
That's really forward thinking and
Hard work.
pioneering. There's parts of the United States that are having the same. They're trying to accomplish the same thing, often on a smaller scale because of the pockets of where this type of fishing can be done. So,
Yes.
do you do charters as well?
Yes, we do charters, but it's just not the main thing for me. For us, yes, we take people fishing. It's a business,
Uh huh.
but everyone that has a boat do charter
Uh
business.
huh.
It's good, but
It's
you
not
need
your
to spend
it's not your
you need to
focus.
spend you need to spend more a little bit if you want to really run the business on sport fishing. It's you need to find other ways to have income, to generate income, because the charter business, yeah, it's good, but it's not going to be the major business that because fishing is so expensive. So you need to pay licenses, engine maintenance, cleaning supplies, bait, ice, fishing gear, all this technology, all this, it's a lot of money. More in the marine
Hull
industry.
maintenance.
Yes.
The fuel. The fuel is outrageous.
The fuel, yeah. So it's not about just charter because you cannot take care well of your boat if just you are from charter business. We have a couple of projects that we're working that is going to be other forms of income to the Tex-Mex brand. But yes, we do charters and we just came back from a good fishing, tuna fishing yesterday. We caught 12 tunas, yellowfin tunas.
I saw they were glorious.
Yes, it was one of the best days I ever had in the water.
What is your next tournament?
Next tournament, it's Huatulco in Oaxaca. It's in 2 weeks.
If people in my audience wanted to follow the Tex-Mex and your adventures in competitive fishing, how would they best follow you and your crew?
We are on Instagram and Facebook as Team Tex-Mex.
I'm gonna put those links in my show notes if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's good. And like I said, we have a lot of projects in the future. They're going to be, they can check in on the social media what we're going to do in the future. Soon there will be a website too. So we have a lot of projects coming this summer, so it's going to be fun.
When you do the next big thing that you want to let the world know about, would you be willing to come back on my podcast?
Of course. Let's do it again. It's fun.
I cannot tell you how I know we're not family, but I'm like it's like watching one of my kids accomplish something wonderful. Watching you build this business and this business culture that you've created and this educational piece of it. I'm telling you, it just makes my heart sing because that's I'm a you know how much I love La Manzanilla and the Pacific and that area, but to watch what you're doing and how you're taking your passion and you're creating something that will change the future for the next generation. I couldn't be prouder of you. I really couldn't. And I am just thrilled at your success. And because you have earned everything you've done with this so far. I couldn't be prouder. So I know I'm gushing, but Mario, Ian and I both are so proud of you.
Thank you so much. It's great that other people recognize you And then we love the networking, that we love fishing with other people. We love to meet new people and bring it to this part of the Mexican side. It's amazing when people doesn't even know if La Manzanilla or Barra exists. And
Yeah,
when they come here, they see paradise. So that's what we're the other subject we're trying to do. People to come visit more. They don't need to fish with us. They can charter anyone they want, but to increase the economy on there. Yes, everyone benefits, and it's great to see new people coming to the area. It's
absolutely.
what we're trying to do. Social media is a great tool to do this, so more people see what's going on around here.
I hope one of these days soon you create a site so that we can do drop shipping and I can order one of your beautiful hoodies or the jackets you guys use. I love your swag that the guys wear on the deck. All of you wear the long sleeve, the Salt Life t-shirts, everything. The
Yeah,
branding is fabulous. You've
yeah.
done a great job, and I can support you from afar. I really want to step up and help you in any way possible. I will put your links in the show notes on YouTube and on anywhere that podcasts are found, as well as on my own Facebook page. And I want to thank y'all for coming on this episode of the Tom Bigby Tales.